driving our 806 with the Harrigator over plowed ground one spring. And I can't tell you the year. I think I was 7 years old, or maybe 8, young age.
That's the same memory I had, running the same tractor with a Harrigator. That's what I.
That seemed to be the start job.
It must have been. It must have been. And I remember running it out of fuel. And at the time, I didn't really know what was going on, but I knew there was an ether button there. And for whatever reason, I hit that ether button to keep it going to the end of the row. And I had been raising the Harrigator up a little bit to keep, so it'd have enough power to pull itself. And got to the end of the field, and Dad brought fuel, and he looked behind the tractor, and he could see the tractor tracks. He says, "Boy, what'd you do? Run that on the ether button?" And I said, No way did I do that.
Yeah, Dad raised us with the firm hand. So, yeah, we tried to do everything we could to avoid a spanking.
Our grandparents built a grain bin. We couldn't have been any more than 3 and 5 maybe. Bill decided he wanted the bin crew had left. They just poured the concrete, and Bill started walking around in the wet concrete. And I just thought I needed to go after him to go get him. So we were both walking circles around in the wet concrete. It got to be fun after a little while. And so I guess I'm sure that crew had to come back, and still today, one of Bill's boots is in the bottom of that bin. So, a lot of times it was hard to know Dad loved you. Times were hard in the late 70s, early 80s, and I'm sure that worked on him every day. Had the worst financial luck of anybody I know, and I don't know that I ever heard him say "I love you," but you knew it.
Yeah. Well, you sure knew it at Christmas time. That's the favorite day of the year. No matter what was, how bad things were that day. Yeah, that's the day of the year. I remember he didn't ever say it like Stan said, but you just knew it. Because we knew times were tough even at young ages. We knew what other children wore to school and how other kids, dressed, and we knew we were not of that category. But Christmas time, he'd always scrap up something. We'd always have a gift, and it was meaningful, all of them.
Yeah. Dad was always the person everybody came to. This place was always full of, on a rainy day, the driveway was full of people coming to visit. Everybody liked him, and it was always a lot of fun.
Dad was the kind of guy, it was on his forehead, I guess. People come when they needed something. And of course, once you help somebody, the word gets around, hey, this guy, he's all for us, and if we need anything, we know where to go. It didn't matter, and Stan and I still this day can't believe that no matter what was going on, no matter the urgency of the day, he'd stop. And I still today don't see how that was happening, but that was the kind of guy he was, and that's also why his visitation was the biggest of anybody in Mattoon prior to that. He was revered and loved in a way that Stan and I probably never will get to that point. He's one in a million. So without his guidance and model, he was a great model as a dad in that way. He's hard to replace. His boots are big, So we were just very fortunate very fortunate to have a person like that as our dad.
I hope Dad would know that the farm's still going, and I'm sure it's to his liking. He would be proud of the relationships we have with people and what we've kept going in his honor.